Coming up here on GMA, it is all about Hurricane Idalia about to make landfall in the Apalachee Bay, the Big Bend of Florida. That's where the unsurvivable conditions will be happening. But obviously, these whipping winds are pushing water onshore as far south as us here on Treasure Island. I mean, we're 130 miles to the southeast of the center, and this is what it's like all the way up the coast, flooding concerns, and again, big time inland power outages possible because it is racing and will even bring hurricane force winds through South Georgia. We will get all of it, including from Tallahassee. We've got Tampa, Gainesville, and Charleston. You'll see it all right here on GMA.
Back here at home, big congratulations to local school aide with Comal ISD. Mary Gomez, or Ms. Mary, was surprised with the district's 590 award for customer service. The district is honoring her for going above and beyond as an after-school aide for 20 years. Congratulations, Ms. Mary. Well, ahead in the next hour of Good Morning San Antonio, San Antonio police investigating a pair of shootings in our area. What we've been able to learn overnight from each crime scene. Plus, a lot of legislative bills become state law this Friday, first day of the month. And one of the biggest comes after the Robb Elementary School shooting. We'll explain how it affects schools all across the Lone Star State. And up next, we've got a live look from Florida as Hurricane Idalia approaches landfall, bringing devastating winds, rainfall, and an unpredictable storm surge. And checking TransGuide as you head out the door, things are looking pretty good around town. We'll get an update from our Stephen Cavazos next.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And Good Morning San Antonio. It is Wednesday, August 30th.
We are tracking Hurricane Idalia this morning as it gets closer to making landfall in Florida.
Let's take a live look at Cedar Key, Florida, close to where the storm is expected to move ashore. Meanwhile, CNN's Ivan Rodriguez live just southeast of there in Crystal River, Florida, where life-threatening storm surge is the key concern.
Hurricane Idalia is about to make landfall on Florida's Big Bend as a Category 4 hurricane. Now, here in Crystal River, Florida, we've been seeing the rain and wind, but what's going to remain a major concern, especially along all these coastal regions, is that storm surge. Idalia unleashing its fury on Florida.
Storm surge could reach 10 to 15 feet in some areas of the Big Bend. That is life-threatening storm surge. That is storm surge that if you're there while that hits, it's going to be very difficult to survive that.
A rare and historic strike in the usually storm surge-prone divot along the Big Bend area of Florida's Gulf Coast.
You really got to go back to the late 1800s to find a storm of this magnitude.
This storm is worse than we've ever seen. My family has been here for many generations. We haven't seen a storm this bad ever.
Storm surge is flooding into Fort Myers homes being rebuilt from last year's Hurricane Ian destruction, forcing people to flee a restaurant in Fort Myers Beach, rising waters, turning streets across the state into rivers. President Biden says he's in constant contact with Florida's governor.
We're worried about the surge, the ocean surge. We don't know exactly yet. It's hour to hour we're watching this, but I told the governor that and the mayor, regions that are likely to be hit first, that we're there as long as it takes. We're going to make sure they have everything they need.
And we've spoken to people here in this neighborhood, hearing from them saying that they're concerned for their homes, for their businesses. Many of them even have boats out on the water, concerned especially and specifically because of this storm surge threat. But officials are very clear, and just because this hurricane now seems to continue out on its path, they don't want people coming back too soon, since that threat is going to remain throughout the day. Live in Crystal River, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
Ivan, thank you. There's a good update there as this storm is nearing landfall. I mean, it is awful close to the coast now. This is the latest on Hurricane Idalia. We can see it very clearly now. Category 3 storm. This is the new update that just came in. So they've downgraded this storm a little bit. That's fantastic news. This is still a dangerous storm, though. Winds at 125 miles per hour, moving north-northeast at 18 miles per hour. And we'll look a little bit closer here as it comes on shore. There you see in this orange color here, that's where the strongest of the winds will be. That's where you'll have damage. And we're also noticing where we get that storm surge. Just north of Cedar Key there is where some of the worst storm surge will be with this particular system. That red color, that's where you get the really powerful winds from Perry over to Cross City as this makes landfall here very soon. It will still hold together as a Category 2 hurricane as it moves into southern Georgia. Winds at 100 miles per hour, 2 o'clock today, and then eventually moving east out over the open Atlantic by tomorrow. Hurricane warning still in place. Winds 95 to 115. There could still be some gusts to 140. Storm surge estimates are still around 12 to 16 feet. Again, pretty close to where that center is. And storm surge warnings continue, especially in these inlets, and you'll get that inundation right along the coast with Idalia. We're going to continue to follow it this morning as she moves inland here, and that's going to happen, I think, pretty soon. 8 a.m. for us, 77 degrees. It's a great morning, by the way, if you've been outside. Low humidity feels really nice. Noontime 94. Won't be so nice this afternoon. 100 the forecast high. A dry heat, but hot nonetheless. We do have a 20% chance of rain. Some lucky folks will get a couple downpours this afternoon. We'll watch the radar for you too. More triple digits on the way throughout the extended forecast. We'll look at that and have another update on the hurricane in just a bit. But let's toss it over to Stephen now in Talk Traffic. Good morning, sir.
Well, Justin, as you're watching the radar, I'm watching these TransGuide cameras, and thankfully I'm not spotting any major issues out there. Check it out, guys. 37 at Hackberry. Traffic is moving in the north and southbound lanes as folks make their way to and probably from the Alamo City. 410 at McCullough. We do have traffic picking up a little bit further here into town. Always expected. It is getting closer to that busy time, as we all know, morning rush, but you still have some time to enjoy some quiet roadways. Just be on the lookout here at I-10 westbound at West Avenue. We do at least have one stalled vehicle that's being reported. It's not causing an issue, and it appears to just be impacting one lane. So we'll watch it closely and hope for a better update for that driver soon. But the wide look at the map shows a very quiet start for the majority of people that are commuting here to the Alamo City. And if you're coming in from any of these communities, that journey from Bernie should take you about 22 minutes to get to the downtown area. Right now, no need to hurry if you're coming in from Boulevardier along 281 southbound. We have about a 26-minute commute. And right now, not too awful from New Braunfels, 25 minutes along 35 southbound. But let's get it back here around town. 410 at W.W. White. We did have a major crash reported out there earlier this morning that has since cleared out. And as of right now, traffic is moving along without any troubles. I'll have another update for you coming up a little bit later on. Mark.
Thank you, Stephen. New this morning, San Antonio police say they need your help tracking down the suspect in a robbery at a Poco Loco supermarket. Happened back on May 5th of this year in the 3400 block of Nogalitos on the southwest side. San Antonio police tell us the man took several items without paying and walked out of the store. When an employee confronted the man, he allegedly pulled a gun and pointed it at the employee. The suspect then drove away in a truck. He's described as a Latino male with a possible tattoo around his eye. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers at 210-224-STOP.
Now to a developing story. People in the Jacksonville, Florida community where 3 people were killed on Saturday are shaken after that shooting at a dollar store. And now they're calling on leaders to do something about racial violence. It began as an event to honor the 3 people killed during Saturday's racially motivated shooting, but it transitioned into a rally against hate crimes committed against people because of their color, the skin, ethnicity, or sexual orientation. According to the Department of Justice, most hate crimes in Florida between 2019 and 2021 are motivated by race and ethnicity.
Meanwhile, a young mother is sharing her terrifying story about escaping the hate crime shooting in Jacksonville with her 2-year-old child.
Scott Johnson at our sister station WJXT spoke to the woman who briefly encountered the gunman.
Mercedes Jones was shopping for art supplies with her 2-year-old daughter when she heard the shots.
Was your mind with your daughter at the time?
That was my whole motive, get her out here alive. I didn't care if he shot me, just not my baby, please. The last moments I had with her, she was being bad.
At first, Jones says she didn't know what was happening, but went into the back of the store with some older women to hide. She says one man was there and hopped a back fence to escape, but they couldn't do that.
But I didn't know the nature of the crime at the time. All I know was I got to get my baby out of here. Then he came behind the store and we saw him. He was like in military clothes. He had like this Marine fit on, a bulletproof vest, and the biggest gun I have ever seen strapped around his shoulders. And he just sat there, he watched us. He could have killed us all.
Jones says the gunman walked up to them and spoke to them.
When there was 3 other women, older women that worked there. behind that building with me. Everybody else could jump. I couldn't. I had a baby. So therefore, we begging for our lives, and I fell begging for mine, blocking my baby with my body. And then he was like, if you don't want me to shoot you, run.
So Jones ran. Unfortunately, because she was carrying her daughter, she fell, skinning her knees. But she finally was able to escape to a nearby property. Eventually, police came to find her. And even then, Jones says she was still terrified.
And then I was scared to go with the policemen afterwards when they actually banged on the apartment door and found me. I was scared to go with them because they had the same gun wrapped around their shoulder. I was like, you look like him.
That was Scott Johnson with our sister station in Jacksonville, Florida, WJXT. Now, one issue Jones says she's struggled with is getting emergency assistance.
Since Saturday, the family has been calling multiple agencies around Jacksonville looking for help, but so far they have not been able to find any for their situation.
Well, trending overnight on KSAT.com, Texas lawmakers and Governor Greg Abbott passed more than 1,100 bills in the 88th legislature this year. Several of those laws have been in effect for weeks, but on Friday, this Friday, hundreds more will become official. 774 more laws surrounding important topics like school safety, voting rights, and crime will hit the books starting this Friday, September 1st.
Many legislative bills will go into effect this Friday, and two of them involve fentanyl. Now, House Bill 2144 designates October as Fentanyl Poisoning Awareness Month. House Bill 6 will increase the penalties for anyone who makes and sells fentanyl to a person who dies from using it.
You should never, ever take a pill that has not been prescribed for you and dispensed by a licensed practitioner.
House Bill 6 classifies the overdose as a poisoning and could result in murder charges. You can read more about these bills going into effect by heading over to our website at ksat.com.
Busy Wednesday morning, 6:10, 74 degrees.
After the break, we're going one-on-one with music legend Robert Earl Keen. Some stories from his past and why, for him, the party never ends.
And Florida is waking up to a hurricane. A live look right now from the cam at WCJB as Idalia approaches the Florida coastline. We'll keep you updated all morning right here on KSAT 12.
And here at home, we're having a nice morning. If you step outside at this hour, 74 degrees, not too bad. But yes, things will heat up later this afternoon. We're going to be checking in with Justin for all those details later on.
6:14, welcome back and good morning. Robert Earl Keen is returning to the Alamo City.
He has a new album and he is playing at Flores Country Store on Labor Day. He's also the subject of the most recent Spreester session.
Steve Spreester introduces us to the Texas music legend.
When you are called things like a Texas legend or things like that, are you comfortable with that title? Are you comfortable with the compliments that you've been given, with the lauds that you've been given, the laurels?
I appreciate the compliments. I really do. And I think that's cool. But you're hitting on something that's really sort of a hard question to answer. In that, the fact is I'm not very comfortable with it. I don't feel like I'm anybody's legend, I mean, legends are, Jimmy Rogers and Hank Williams and Willie Nelson. Those people are legends, I just went out and played for years and years and years and put out a lot of records. I think I did a lot of good outside of what I was doing. I did a lot. I was part of a lot of sort of charitable organizations and that kind of thing. But just being a legend, I don't know. I don't feel like I really stand up in that and I don't stand in those shoes very well. I don't think so.
And this is just part of the conversation, so you can scan that QR code on your screen right now. In case you missed it, you can watch the full Spreester session on our website at ksat.com and our KSAT YouTube page. You can check it out right now.
And let's check on traffic at 6:16. Good morning, Stephen.
Hey guys, so, morning started off a bit bumpy out there, but as we get a look around town, things are moving a lot better. It looks like we still have a better shot of that stalled vehicle along I-10 at West Avenue. Remember, that's in the westbound lanes, or along the westbound lanes, I should say, but doesn't appear to be impacting the main lanes of traffic. 35 at San Marcos, things are moving a little bit better there, but obviously getting busier as well. I-10 westbound at West Avenue seems to be the only issue. As you saw from that TransGuide camera, we have a stalled vehicle out there. Just check your vehicles before you get out on the roadway, and if you see those stalled cars, make sure to move over or slow down. Wide look at the map, quiet start, but we can expect more of that road work to ramp up later this morning. As a quick reminder, State Highway 151 over on the west side of San Antonio will have that road work pick up around 9 this morning. Should finish at 3 in the afternoon, but we have 2 days of this. Tomorrow is when it should wrap, but keep in mind the westbound to eastbound turnaround closure will be in place right there at Ingram Road. But you can scan the QR code. It's on our KSAT traffic page, or on your screen right now, that takes you to our KSAT traffic page. We have a full list of all the closures on our website, so just know before you go, but things have been moving a lot better than where we started, guys.
We do know before we go because you told us.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you,
Oh,
sir.
yes. You guys get the scoop before anyone else.
Thank you, Stephen.
It's true. And if you're keeping records at home and you're keeping track of this dubious record, we're up to 62.
Wow.
Dubious.
And counting.
And counting.
Wow.
For 100-degree days in a year. Yesterday, we did hit 100. We didn't want to, but we got there. 2009, of course, is in second place, and we're looking at that in the rearview mirror at this point because we're going to add to this. We got more triple-digit days ahead, and as we get into September, it's still common to have some triple-digit days, but as we get into late September, the averages really start to come down, and we should start to see things finally cool down. We'll start to get some cold fronts, and we can stop showing this graphic. Let's talk rainfall because, yes, it's hot, but we're also needing some rain in a big way. 2.02 since June 1st, so we're down about 5 inches, over 5.5 inches when you're talking about the average. And for the year, we're at 13.86, down nearly 7 inches below average. Last year was a really dry year. This has been a really dry year, and it's taken a toll on our reservoirs and lakes. Amistad, 36% down 50 feet. Medina, 4.4% down 86 feet. Canyon, now at a record low, 68% full, it's down 16 feet. In Choke Canyon, same story, 28% down 26 feet. It's been rough. Could we get any rain today? There is a chance for it. We may see a couple of showers pop up during the afternoon hours, but I don't expect much. We have some pretty dry air in place, so anything that develops is going to be pretty light and probably won't last very long. This is around 4 o'clock today. It does show a couple of sprinkly showers. Maybe that is the case as well around 6, 7 o'clock. But after that, anything that develops will die down with the loss of daytime heating. As we go outside for you, not a bad morning. We're down to 73. We'll see if we can get down to 72. Feels pretty good when you consider the humidity is as low as it is. 72 in Seguin, 64 Boerne, 65 in Kerrville. Those are some really nice numbers with light winds there. The dew point trend today takes those dew points down into the mid-50s by the afternoon, which makes it a dry heat. We'll be up around 100, but there won't be any sort of heat index or anything like that. 102 New Braunfels, 100 Canyon Lake, 102 in Forestville. Another update on Idalia. Let's see where the eye is. If it is crossing over land, it is so very close. I think we'll get landfall here probably before GMSA is over with. And you can see the band starting to spread inland here. Tallahassee seeing some very strong winds and very heavy rain. It was downgraded to a Category 3 storm, but this is still pretty dangerous. 125 mile per hour winds, gusts to 160. It's moving north-northeast at 18. Still a Category 2 storm as it moves into southern Georgia this afternoon. Winds at 100 miles per hour. And then moving up towards Charleston as a tropical storm. 70 mile per hour winds as we get into early Thursday morning. And then this moves out over the open Atlantic and should weaken. There are hurricane warnings for much of the coast still. Winds could gust 140 in some localized spots. In the storm surge, that's the biggest part of all this. Storm surge warnings for surges of 12 to 16 feet. Generally in this area right here, right on the eastern part of that eye wall is where you're going to get some really big storm surge, and that's what we'll be watching for this morning. Meantime, our extended forecast, 102 tomorrow, 101 Friday, triple digits over the weekend, and even into Labor Day, still triple digits. So we'll be going into September On a hot note, this is going to go down as the hottest month we've ever seen here in San Antonio since records have been kept.
A summer that will live in infamy.
Pretty much.
Yeah, well, hopefully there's not a repeat next summer, but we'll worry about that next year, I guess.
24, be kind, okay?
Yeah, please.
Thank you, Justin. 621, 74 degrees.
And just ahead, a new warning about so-called porch pirates who help themselves to the stuff you ordered and had delivered to your home. That's next in your GMA First Look.
I'm Orlando, and I'm living with HIV. I don't have to worry about daily HIV pills because I switched to every other month Cabenuva.
For adults who are undetectable, Cabenuva is the only complete long-acting HIV treatment you can get every other month. It's 2 injections from a healthcare provider.
Now when I have people over, HIV pills aren't on my mind.
Don't receive Cabenuva if you're allergic to its ingredients or if you're taking certain medicines which may interact with Cabenuva. Serious side effects include allergic reactions, post-injection reactions, liver problems, and depression. If you have a rash and other allergic reaction symptoms, stop Cabenuva and get medical help right away. Tell your doctor if you have liver problems or mental health concerns, and if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or considering pregnancy. Some of the most common side effects include injection site reactions, fever, and tiredness. If you switch to Cabenuva, attend all treatment appointments.
It feels good to just live in the moment. With every other month Cabenuva, I'm good to go.
Ask your doctor about Cabenuva today.
In this morning's GMA First Look, it's the Labor Day sale conundrum. Go for the deals now or play the waiting game.
Labor Day happens right at the end of summer and right at the beginning of fall. So retailers are changing the season. They want to clear the summer stuff out to make room for colder weather items.
The sizzle of the barbecue is starting to fade as Labor Day marks the end of summer, but it also provides an opportunity for savings.
You're going to find a lot of that seasonal clothing, seasonal outdoor stuff, and seasonal outdoor furniture on sale.
Categories to focus on: seasonal summer items like outdoor furniture, barbecues, and this outdoor grill on sale from Walmart. It was $295. Now it's $176. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have the Labor Day sales strategy you need to get the biggest deals at the best value. With your GMA First Look, I'm Becky Worley, ABC News, Oakland, California.
And here's another live look at Hurricane Idalia as it approaches the Florida coast. We're going to keep you updated all morning long.
Indeed. In your morning consumer headlines, folks, you could feast your eyes on the latest iPhone. In less than 2 weeks, Apple has announced its next big press event for September 12th. The iPhone 15 will likely be unveiled. It's expected to have a USB-C port to comply with EU regulations that take effect next year.
Google is bringing its Duet AI assistant to all of its workspace apps. The company says more than 1 million people have already tested the technology. So Google is charging large corporation $30 for user access. Now that's the same price as Microsoft's AI assistant.
If you noticed packed airports this summer, you are not imagining things. It was the busiest air travel summer on record ever. And there's, of course, one more holiday left. The Transportation Security Administration expecting this Labor Day weekend to be 11% busier than last year. 14 million people are likely to pass through airports between this Friday and next Wednesday. Thursday actually has the most flights scheduled of any day over the long Labor Day weekend. Travel safely.
Yes. Time now 6:26 and 74 degrees for now.
Let's take a look at I-10 at the Y. We're checking the roads with TransGuide and Stephen Cavazos after this break. We begin with a live look at Cedar Key, Florida, southwest of Gainesville. Hurricane Idalia expected to make landfall soon this morning. We'll get a timeline of when that will happen with Justin Horn coming up.
And back here at home, we're taking a live look outside with live cam right now. Looks pretty good because we're at 74 degrees. So if you step outside right now, this minute, enjoy the little break.
Very comfortable. Good morning, everybody. 6:30 on your Wednesday. It is August 30th.
Thanks for joining us. We've had a busy morning with weather, but first we're going to go ahead and check on the roadways with Stephen Cavazos.
He's had a very busy morning. Good morning.
Yeah, it started off that way, guys, and we can expect things to really just ramp up out there as more folks wake up. Check out I-10 at the Y. Traffic is starting to slow down in some parts of the Alamo City. I-10 at West Avenue. Our friends at TransGuide have their eyes out there due to a stalled vehicle, but looks like that may have cleared out. For the most part, our commute commute did start off pretty busy, but thankfully things quieted down for a bit. But we are starting to see a lot more of that traffic on these TransGuide cameras. Perfect example, one of the busier spots around here, 35 at Top Rewind. Take a look here, though, at stalled vehicle that was reported at I-10 near the along the westbound lanes, at West Avenue, appears to have cleared out. So that's good news to report, and we really have not seen a lot of problems around this hour. But it does look like another stalled vehicle popped up here off of 35 over on the southwest side. We'll take a closer look at that in just a moment, but you could see a lot of that traffic coming out at your screen at 410 at Jackson Keller. I'll continue to track things closely. Looks like the sun may be peeking out over there, but I know, Justin, you've been tracking Hurricane Idalia. What's the latest?
Yeah, it looks like she's going to be making landfall here pretty soon, and we're going to get you a radar update here in just a second. First, though, you mentioned the sunrise. We got to go outside. What a beautiful morning it is, because we have the low humidity levels. We saw that yesterday evening. We're seeing that again this morning. It's allowing temperatures to drop. 73 in San Antonio, 72 right now in Seguin. Bernie and Kerrville are in the mid-60s right now. It really, really is a nice morning. So if you have plans to get out and walk the dog, go for a run, now is a fantastic time. We will see these temperatures start to turn the corner here in a couple of hours. 77 at 8 o'clock, 83, 9 a.m. Noontime, we're at 94, partly cloudy. There is a rain chance today. It's a small one, 20%, mainly between about 3 and 7 o'clock. Temperatures make their way up to around 100 this afternoon. But hopefully, some of us will get a cooling shower. There's the latest on Hurricane Idalia. And I'm waiting to hear from the Hurricane Center. I've been watching it closely, but it looks like we are making landfall here in the next few minutes. That eye wall is right on the coast there, and this storm is causing problems. 125 mile per hour sustained winds, gusts to 160, and we're starting to see storm surge really begin to pile up, especially around Cedar Key in this area here, where we've already seen some water rises. Now, this will move into Georgia by this afternoon as Category 2 storm, still producing a lot of wind there, still rain, but it's moving quickly. And then it will be up near Charleston, South Carolina by 2 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. So 1 a.m. our time by tomorrow morning. Still winds at 70 miles per hour. So that's the latest on Idalia. We'll continue to keep you updated, especially if she makes landfall, which I think, again, will happen very soon. Guys.
Justin, thank you very much. Let's get a better look this morning. The outer bands of wind and rain are slamming Florida as Idalia approaches landfall.
Vic McCullough with our sister station WJXT in Jacksonville is in Steinhatchee, where Idalia is expected to come ashore.
Good morning from Dixie County, Florida. We are in the Big Bend region, about an hour north of Cedar Key, and right now Hurricane Idalia appears to be coming very close to this area. We are near the very center of this storm. And you can see behind me, it is intensifying. We're getting more and more rain, more and more wind, both sustained and with the gusts. And certainly we're starting to feel like that hurricane is close. Now, if there is a silver lining to any of this, it is that this is among the state of Florida's least populated areas. There's a lot of national wetlands, a lot of spots over here that are uninhabited. That's the good news. The bad news is the people that do live around here live in mobile homes, prefabricated, manufactured homes, and as we know, those are not safe. In fact, last night we met a woman. She was pregnant. She had a couple kids, some pets, lived in a home that she just moved to from Washington State. She said, "This is a mobile home. Should I stay?" We told her, no, you absolutely should not, because not only is there the risk from these hurricane force winds, you've also got the concerns of trees falling and those tornadoes that are known to spawn from hurricanes. So right now we are getting gusts upwards of about 50 miles an hour. Strong, but certainly nothing compared to what we expect over the next several hours. There are a few shelters around here, the local high schools and elementary schools, taking families and their pets, but we are getting into that time frame where police, sheriff's deputies, and fire rescue are also going to be locking themselves inside these emergency shelters and not going out, not responding to calls. So unfortunately for the people who are deciding to ride out these storms in their homes and businesses, they're going to be on their own for the next several hours. We are in Cross Creek in Florida's Big Bend. I'm Vic Micolucci. Back to you.
Vic, stay safe. Thank you very much. Back here at home, new this morning, San Antonio police say a car chase between two people ended with one of them being shot. Happened just before 11 last night in the 5900 block of Catalina Sunrise Drive. That is not far from Old Seguin and North Foster Roads on the city's northeast side. Police say the victim and his friend went to go buy parts from someone after the victim handed the suspect $300. If you guys want to come back on camera, thank you very much. We had some wrong video there. Police say the seller took off in a vehicle when the two men followed the suspect on Loop 410 between Broadway and Paramaribo. Police say that suspect started shooting, hitting the victim in the shoulder. The victim drove himself home and called for EMS. So far, no word yet on an arrest.
San Antonio police say a man is in critical condition after he was shot during a fight late last night. This happened just before 9 p.m. Yesterday at a northeast side gas station in the 12,100 block of O'Connor Road. Police at the scene tell us that a 37-year-old man got into a fight with some teens when he was shot multiple times in the back. He was taken to the hospital, and police tell us that the suspects ran away. No arrests have been made.
Surveillance video and crime scene pictures, just some of the evidence shown on the first day of the murder trial of rapper Sasha Scar. Martel DeRowan was shot through his apartment door in 2021. During the first day of trial, video from a neighbor's Ring doorbell cam captured the moment Scar walks down a hallway with a gun in her hand. Another neighbor testified she saw Scar banging on DeRowan's door. Scar faces up to life in prison if found guilty. We're live streaming this trial. You can watch it later this morning when it resumes on KSAT.com, KSAT Plus, or the KSAT YouTube channel.
This morning, Hondo police are continuing to look for clues or motive after a teen brutally attacked his parents. So far, they say there's no indication of drugs or warning signs on social media. The home in Hondo is being cleaned after police say a 14-year-old stabbed his parents before fatally shooting himself. Police say the parents report that the teen simply attacked them without saying a word. It happened Sunday around 5 p.m. and police say there's no prior history with the family other than a traffic stop.
So there was no red flags, there was no indicators, there was no suicide outcries, there was no prescriptions for any type of psychotropic medications. There was no psychologist visits. There was never a need for any of those things either.
Investigators say a 58-year-old man who was stabbed in the stomach is still in the hospital. Meanwhile, his 51-year-old wife was treated for injuries to her face and back, but has since been released.
Before we go to break, pediatricians across the country, we want parents to ask them about the pneumococcal vaccine, especially if they have a child under the age of 2.
Pneumococcus is a bacteria that some people carry, sometimes with no symptoms. It spreads through coughing and sneezing, and it's very dangerous to children under 2 because they have weaker immune systems. Now, what could start as an ear infection can develop into meningitis, pneumonia, bone and joint infections, and that's why health experts say prevention, in this case, a vaccine, is key.
It is, part of the routine vaccine schedule that they get up to 4 doses prior to the age of 15 months.
The State Medical Association says about 2,000 people in Texas with pneumococcal pneumonia every year. So if your baby has long-lasting infections, make sure you tell your doctor.
Just about 6:40, 74 degrees.
As we go to break, another live look at Hurricane Idalia as it approaches the Florida coast. We're going to keep you updated all morning long.
In today's Tech Bites, we could feast our eyes on the latest iPhone in less than 2 weeks. Apple has announced its next big press event for September 12th. The iPhone 15 will likely be unveiled. It's expected to have a USB-C port to comply with EU regulations that take effect next year. Google is bringing its Duet AI assistant to all of its workspace apps. The company says more than 1 million people have already tested the technology. Google is charging large corporations $30 per user for access. That's the same price as Microsoft's AI assistant. And finally, Meta's avatars are looking more human now that they've grown legs, but they're not for everyone right now. The legged avatars are only available to beta testers of Quest Home software for now. Meta first said it was working on the legs nearly a year ago. It's too bad this is already a feature. I thought for sure they would have launched it tomorrow. Those are your Tech Bites.
And we've been talking about it all morning. Many legislative bills will go into effect this Friday. One of the biggest laws stemming from that Robb Elementary School shooting is House Bill 3. House Bill 3 now requires at least one armed security officer at every Texas school campus during school hours. The cost of hiring those officers has become a big hurdle for some school districts.
We've talked to some experts who estimate that to put an armed police officer for every campus, it's going to be a minimum of $75,000 to $100,000 per campus.
If a school cannot afford to hire an officer, they are allowed to arm a school district employee who must undergo training to get certified for school safety. You can read more about the bills going into effect by heading to our website at ksat.com.
There you're seeing a little summary of some of them. 774 brand new laws is a lot to look out for, but we've got you covered here at KSAT. We broke down several notable laws that start Friday to watch and find out more. If you want to read that list, scan the QR code on your screen right now.
And from this angle, I'm looking at the TransGuide shot, but also the sunrise this morning. Let's check over with Stephen Cavazos.
Yeah, definitely a scene stealer over here, guys. Let's get a look at 410 at Ingram North. Yeah, traffic's moving along there, and we have a lot of it, more than we've seen in the last few minutes, but definitely a beautiful sunrise in the backdrop. So a lot of those drivers are in for a treat. Just remember to keep your focus out on the roadways, despite how pretty those skies may look. Now, we did have at least a few stalled vehicles that were reported, and it does look like all of those have since cleared out. We may have one lingering around here at 35. That's near Benton City Road. We'll get a closer look and see if there are any TransGuide cameras in the area. But as for now, just make sure that you pack some patience and move over or slow down if you see those stalled vehicles out there. Looks like slowdowns are starting to form there along State Highway 151, an area where we will see some road work later. And of course, along US 90 eastbound, right before Loop 1604, you see a stretch of orange out there. Always expected as folks are waking up and making the drive into the Alamo City. But thankfully, if you are hitting the roads in the next few minutes, you'll have pretty sights like this at 410 at Ingram North. Yeah, definitely a nice sunrise. It's friends at TransGuide are great when they're able to show us views like this. Nice way to wake up, and for a lot of drivers out there, it's a great view. But as I mentioned earlier, just keep that focus out on the road.
Stephen, thank you.
Mark, you are so welcome.
It is beautiful out there, though, this morning. It feels great.
Yeah, it's good news for the kiddos, going to school, either on the bus or, maybe with their parents taking them. Nice to step outside.
Yeah, we're grasping on whatever little bit of positivity we can find in the forecast, and these mornings are great. And by the way, I'm waiting on word from the Hurricane Center. I think Idalia is making landfall as we speak. That eye wall is crossing over into Florida. We're going to have more on that in just a second. First, though, we start on this beautiful morning. 73, clear skies outside. Humidity is at 66%. And that's significant because usually we have humidities much higher than that, 70% plus. So it's a fairly dry morning. It's going to be a dry afternoon. We don't have to worry about the humidity or the stickiness of it all. There is an air quality issue, though, today. Ozone's going to be a little elevated. So for those who are sensitive to that kind of thing, we are in the unhealthy territory. We want to let you know that it is an ozone action day today. Now let's talk rainfall. Could we see any rain today? Look, there is a possibility, but I just don't think we're going to see a lot. There's dry air in place, so anything that develops is not going to produce much rain, and the showers will be few and far between. But there is a chance this afternoon between 3 and 7 o'clock, about a 20% chance of seeing a shower. Don't cancel your plans, though, because this is one of those situations where if it rains for a couple minutes, and then whatever develops moves right along. By 9 o'clock, everything's pretty much gone off the radar. So here's our forecast. 9 a.m., 83 degrees, noontime, 94. We turn it to partly cloudy skies, and then there's the 20% chance of rain in the forecast. We're up around 100 this afternoon, which is where we got yesterday. We did end up getting another triple digit today a day. We'll add to that again today, and more triple digits ahead. As far as potential rainfall over the next 7 days, not a lot. We're still in that zone where it's just not happening. We're not getting any rain. Some good monsoonal stuff out west. You got some showers and storms across the southeast, and of course Florida getting some very heavy rain, but not much expected here around Texas, unfortunately. Relative humidity drops this afternoon down into the low 20s. You combine that with a little bit of a breeze, and we do have a high fire danger today. In fact, a very high fire danger, including here in San Antonio. So this dark orange color that you see, that's where the fire danger will be at its highest. San Antonio over to Houston, up towards Waco and Dallas. There is a real threat today. We cannot let our guard down. I know we haven't seen a lot lately, but grass fires, anything that develops today would be able to spread very quickly. Okay, here's the latest on Idalia. It is making landfall as we speak. That eye wall crossing over into the coastal bend there of Florida. We know there's good storm surge occurring here near Cedar Key on the east side of this eye wall. Some very strong winds and then very heavy rain on the backside of it, and strong winds in places like Tallahassee. It's a Category 3 hurricane. Winds are at 125 miles per hour, gusting to 160 still. This is a dangerous storm, and it will move pretty quickly north-northeast at 18 miles per hour, becoming a Category 2 hurricane with winds at 100 miles per hour around 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock our time today there in southern Georgia, and then it will move up towards Charleston, South Carolina by early tomorrow morning before moving out over the open water. So this will move through very quickly. Flooding is not a huge threat, but that storm surge certainly is. Hurricane warning still in effect for the west coast of Florida here. Winds 95 to 115 miles per hour, but some gusts possible up to 140, and that storm surge still could be as high as 12 to even 16 feet in some isolated spots, which obviously will do a lot of damage. Storm surge warning still in place there along the west coast of Florida. We'll be tracking this throughout the morning. Of course, Ginger will have the latest too on Good Morning America. 102 Thursday, 101 Friday, triple digits this weekend, and hot going into Labor Day. We're going into September on a very hot note. As I said earlier, August is going to go down as the hottest month San Antonio's ever seen since records have been kept.
Yes, it has been.
Yes, we felt every bit of it.
Glad to be getting to the end of it. Thank you, Justin.
650, 73 degrees.
And let's look outside with a live cam right now. Here at home, it's nice if you step outside this morning. Let's enjoy the mornings because that's what we have right now.
An entirely different story on the coast of Florida. Let's take another live look right now. This is a live cam shot from WCJB, and you already see some of that water coming inland surrounding buildings on coastal Florida.
Coming up here on GMA, it is all about Hurricane Idalia about to make landfall in the Apalachee Bay, the Big Bend of Florida. That's where the unsurvivable conditions will be happening. But obviously, these ripping winds are pushing water onshore as far south as us here on Treasure Island. I mean, we're 130 miles to the southeast of the center, and this is what it's like all the way up the coast. Flooding concerns, and again, big time inland power outages possible because it is racing, and will even bring hurricane force winds through South Georgia. We will get all of it, including the impact from Tallahassee. We've got Tampa, Gainesville, and Charleston. You'll see it all right here on GMA.
And before we go, a big congratulations to a local school aide with Comal ISD. Mary Gomez, or Miss Mary, was surprised with the district's 590 award for customer service.
Comal ISD is honoring her for going above and beyond as an after-school aide for 20 years. Congratulations, Ms. Mary, and thank you for what you do.
Yes, congratulations. Time now 6:55. Let's check back with our Stephen Cavazos.
Yes, big congrats to Miss Mary. And you know what? A lot of folks out there, congrats, because you have a pretty smooth drive ahead of you. Now, slowdowns are expected. 37 at Jones Avenue. You can see a little bit of that on our TransGuide cameras. Always expected around this time as more folks are waking up and we head into morning rush. Hence why we have a lot of that red that's creeping in on our map. You can see it along 35 southbound if you are traveling in from Live Oak. And of course, usual trouble spot right there along US 90 eastbound if you are traveling in from Castroville. I'll continue to watch things closely, but for the most part, our morning commute was off to a good start. Justin, I know a lot of folks are just monitoring the weather right now with the hurricane.
Yeah, it's going to be a big deal there in Florida. We did just get word that Hurricane Idalia has made landfall as a Category 3 hurricane. We've got some reported gusts of up to 77 miles per hour there along the coast of Florida, and already some inundation as far as that storm surge. Some 6 feet there near Cedar Keys. So this is only going to get worse. And of course, Ginger Z will have more on Good Morning America. In the meantime, 100 degrees today. Watch out for a couple showers this afternoon.
We already saw some of that storm surge on that live cam that we've been showing throughout GMSA.
It's probably going to get a little bit worse before it gets better.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll keep watching out for it. You guys have a good day.
Good Morning America is next.